When you have 230 bucks to spend on Temu, why not buy a great future that starts here?
This is a gaming PC for $230 that guarantees a bright future. Its name is Golfolk, and it's a computer desktop. You already know this is going to be chaos. Let's open it up and find out what it's all about after a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Corsair and their 4000D frame case. The Corsair 4000D frame is an ATX mid-tower PC case packed full of functionality while being aesthetically pleasing. It comes with 3 Corsair RS ARGB fans pre-installed that are easy to daisy chain due to the 4-pin PWM connectors. The 4000D frame also comes with an InfiniRail fan mounting system. Easily slide the rail to mount fans exactly where you need them, ensuring targeted airflow. The coolest feature by far though is the revolutionary frame modular case system. Want to upgrade your motherboard tray to aluminum? Want to replace your front I/O panel for more USB ports? Now you can. If you're interested in learning more or in buying one of the most versatile cases on the market, check out links in the description down below. Now, let's get back to the video.
I wanted to look up Golfolk for fun, and they have a website, and I can't tell, is this monitor curved or flat or both? Because it's kind of like hitting different angles.
They probably cut the image.
Yeah.
They cut the image.
They cut the image, but they seem to sell monitors. You said you saw monitors on Temu as well?
I think their website literally said monitors. It didn't even say anything about PCs.
Interesting. But somehow we have a Golfolk gaming PC we paid $230 for on Temu and features the following specs. A Ryzen 5 3500U. We've actually gotten pre-builts with this exact CPU before. It's never a fun time. 16 gigs of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and Wi-Fi 6. The cooler is white. And the reason I got this, because it has the same specs, is they kind of went crazy with the RGB, at least according to the listing. So we'll see if that's true when we actually open it up. So yeah, the only funny I see right here is the warning. When it's power on, shock hazard, internal pressure, no space. Do not open the back cover. There is a risk, this is one word, a risk, of electric shock and malfunction.
All right, so we get a power cable. Is there something, oh, is this the listing?
What do you think about that, Jonah? We'll have to see if we can see underneath the cooler what it actually looks like. Or it's one of those like boards that have a soldered CPU on them already.
I just have never seen have we seen a soldered CPU that has a custom cooler?
I don't know. Sea View Room with perspective essential for esports players.
Bro, who is that?
And then there's, oh my God, I got my Temu gaming PC.
Oh my God!
I really want to see if this even looks like the pictures before I continue showing the pictures. It was discontinued on Temu, by the way. Part of me feels like it's not going to look like that, but I could be wrong.
It's in that great value bag.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh,
okay.
Come around the front here.
So a lot going on in this computer build. First of all, that is a big cooler for this CPU. I'll be real with you. It's so unbranded. This case is interesting. Why is there such a gap between the fans?
They're like recessed.
And they're recessed. Are they reverse blade?
Why is there a riser in the middle of the board? They're like in the middle of the case.
What kind of motherboard's going to go that far and then be over top the fans, first of all? What's the riser for?
Dude. Someone decided torque spec didn't exist.
But let's talk a little bit about that, what is it, 3500U. At one point on the listing, they call it a 4-core 8-thread, which I think that's exactly what it is. But at one point, they jump and say it's an 8-core 16-thread. So they're kind of all over the place when it comes to the product parameters, they say on this picture.
You know, the downside with Temu is, and typical seller places, is it's not Temu selling this PC, it's obviously like a marketplace, and you're gonna get people who just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, again, we're really bullying this thing. It is $230, or at least it was $230, which is really cheap for a custom computer, so we'll see what we got.
I feel like they could have ran the Wi-Fi and like zip tied it somewhere, but right now it's just kind of out there. It's really weird. We have USB 3 native on the case and the board.
Okay.
The RAM is siliconed in, one stick, yeah, and it's has to be DDR4. Does it say anything? It's Soyo. Soyo RAM. They make their ones make like motherboards.
Yeah, and Soyo's motherboards are actually fine.
Oh, so. and the SSD is also Soil. So Soyo.
It's soiled.
Now the motherboard I think is a typical like absolute no-name brand, but it's probably like a, I don't even know what chipset that would be. If
it has to be something custom because like it would be, again, the 3500U, hence the U, is a laptop CPU. So once we're done testing, we won't break anything right now, taking off the cooler and everything, but once we're done testing, we'll take a look at that CPU.
Yeah, I'll definitely, that'll be pretty fun because I'm assuming it's just gonna be like a soldered chip, but if it isn't, I'm gonna be kind of shook.
I'm curious to see what the power supply is. I would imagine it's gonna be pretty low wattage and very little room for upgrades.
The last time we tried this with the Temu PC, the PC would just shut off when you put a graphics card in it.
So we'll try it again, potentially.
Ooh, look at the Molex.
Oh
you
my.
like that, Jonah? You like that?
That's a Molex train right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's an 8-pin.
We got an 8-pin!
Oh, we don't even need anything crazy.
Okay, so maybe the wattage isn't actually that bad. I was thinking it was gonna be something like 300 or
300 watt.
Oh boy.
Ooh-wee. Literally, it just says model ATX 300.
Wow.
This is probably a pretty high in the tier list if I had to guess.
It's probably A tier, to be honest. No branding whatsoever. But hey, we actually have an 8-pin. That's good news, guys. That is good news, because you're going to see benchmarks of the 3500U once we turn this thing on, and you're going to be like, wow, that's something, isn't it? It's not going to be great for gaming at all. I think the one review I saw before this listing was taken down was somebody buying this for their kid, and their kid was incredibly disappointed. Yeah. Let's turn it on to what the RGB looks like. Again, with this daisy chain of Molex, I bet this will be an interesting thing to see.
It's probably bright.
It's probably gonna be really bright, and that's kind of what they're going for, and probably how they got somebody to buy this thing. Well,
wait, you know what I just realized? This header is labeled front USB 2.
Did they put a Oh, that is not even the front
Oh,
panel.
this is the front panel.
Oh, okay.
Could it be one of those situations where it's like not the right spot normally?
oh wait, hold up. So we're trying to jump the 2 pins all the way around just to triple check that this isn't just wired weirdly. Part of me feels like our suspect is
Possibly that thing in the bottom.
we got a power supply tester.
Yeah.
Let's see if the power supply works.
Jump it.
If we get to jump too, we actually have the legit power supply tester that we could plug up, and it'll show if it throws any errors for it being a bad power supply. So
That is true. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Kind of a bad board, Jim.
well, this is where one of those videos I would probably be like, well, where do we go from here? If it's a bad board, where do we actually go from here?
The product's discontinued. It's a board that we can't just like replace with something we have on hand. We'd have to literally just rebuild the PC.
Surprise, surprise, it doesn't work. Let's just learn more about it. This is the autopsy now.
Wow, it's so weird. It looks like a graphics card die.
That's crazy.
Okay, so yeah, this just is a, you know, really, actually, this isn't a standard. If you look at it, the die is pretty small for the copper. It's like really thin.
So it is specifically
kind of
made.
designed for these.
Specifically made.
Just take the board out, we'll hook it up to a power supply, we'll do a little external testing and see if anything happens.
This thing is dead as a doorknob.
I think it's like dead.
Well, let's just pause here because I'm gonna decide if this is even a video or not. Okay, good morning. It is the next day, and well, I'm glad we stopped where we did. That was an interesting day, I'll be honest with you. We were all incredibly exhausted, and it was one of those things where I was not gonna let Temu defeat us, but I decided to just step away from the PC for a little bit and come back to it, and we went ahead and rebuilt this thing because I reached out to the seller on Temu that sells this PC and told them, hey, it just doesn't work. It's not powering on. I actually heard back, did not expect that, and they asked me to send a video of what's happening, which I will show you guys right here is the video I sent of me hitting the power button and everything, and it's still doing the same thing. But the best part is, not only did I get the seller to reply, so we potentially could get a new system sent, we can do that a lot quicker because they relisted the PC. While be it more expensive, they did relist the PC in a black variant that looks exactly the same, but it's just a black case. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go ahead and order that build, and if that one shows up and it's broken, this seller needs to be banned from Temu or selling anywhere in general because these computers are absolute garbage. But there is a chance. I always like to give sellers a bit of the doubt that something might have happened, and if the customer support on Temu is decent enough, it's not great. I had hope with that power supply having an 8-pin power to plug in a GPU, but it's still not gonna be great. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is you guys will see on screen here the other version that I'm gonna go ahead and buy. We're gonna buy that, and we're gonna keep the communication going with the company for this version and see where it goes. And at the very least, we'll end up returning one of the computers, this one right here probably, the one that the camera is sitting on top of, because, well, it's kind of a mess and doesn't work, and hopefully the new one does. All right, guys, well, we are waiting on the PC to show up. It has been probably about 3 or 4 days since my last update. What I was going to do, regardless of that new PC showing up, was try to go through the customer support process of getting the original PC either working or returned to the seller on Temu. Their response was to send a video of the problem. So I plugged up the PC on one of our test stations, had everything work. I was recording a video of me hitting the power button with everything plugged up, showing the back of the power supply and everything, and sent that video to them. And they replied back with, of course, a screenshot of me showing the back of the power supply, and instead of it being in the normal on position, that 99.9, you know, I'm just gonna say 100% of power supplies are supposed to be flipped onto, they claimed that the switch on the back of the power supply needed to be flipped in the opposite direction. I decided to entertain the idea. Maybe I am a PC user who has no idea what I'm doing. Well, sometimes I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and flip the power supply in the other direction, shall we? And hit that power button again and send them a video. Of course, it didn't work. It didn't work. So I don't really know who was in the process of doing that. Someone probably was looking at it wrong and thought it was in the opposite direction, but it doesn't work when you do it that way either. Clearly, there's some other issue going on with the motherboard, but I figured I'd jump in now. So at the very least, this video is going to be an experience to see if these PCs are all crap and they're all bad when another one shows up, because I'd be very happy to determine that these are all bad if another one shows up and it is dead just like this one. So we'll see where this story leads us. Okay guys, it has been several days. Basically, it all ended with them telling me, hey, there's nothing else we can do. Please send the PC back. So we got a return label. The PC is sitting over there getting ready to be sent back. But we brought in Golfolk 2.0. The same one, well, kinda. I think this one's actually black instead of white. We paid a little bit more money for it, because of course, but it was just a few dollars more. It's maybe like $20 or $30 more. But we're gonna see if this one works. If this one doesn't work, this is gonna be an all-timer for us. This is gonna be one of the most all-timer we never recommend, but we just gotta see if this one actually works.
I would be really shocked
if it didn't work. That is, I mean, it's Temu, so I kind of expect problems with Temu sometimes, but most of the PCs we bought from Temu have worked. They just only been low quality, so we'll just see if this one works and is also low quality. We don't need to take anything. We just not touch anything and just plug it up and hit the power button.
Let's just see if it turns on this time.
Because that was the problem. It would not even turn on.
Okay, we're switched to 120 volt, so they knew which country it was going to.
All right, Jonah, you ready?
There's no way.
There's no freaking way. There's no way. What is going on?
Same power cord. Taking it. I'm gonna put it over to here. Okay. All right, so we know we have power. What is going on, Golfolk?
How do they? Okay.
That's set to the right mode.
Okay, so set to 110. Like, 'cause that's the only thing I can think of.
I think we should just open it up and see if they like did something wrong again, maybe.
How does this happen? Like, I don't understand.
Honestly, I don't even.
Is this even
everything's
real?
plugged in. Like, I mean, I'm looking in there. The power switch is plugged in. Like, everything's right. We can try to jump the front panel again.
Let's just do some of the stuff, I guess. There's something going on. Are we just being dumb? Like, are we missing something? Okay, so this is plugged in. This is plugged in. I mean, I'll manually jump it and we'll see.
So in theory, we should get like the fans and everything spinning when we do this. Wow. I think these boards are just genuinely horrible.
Well, this is, you know what, I'm gonna say this is a first for the Toasty Bros, where normally we get a PC if something's wrong with it, and we have the ability to get a new one. We'll go through customer support, we'll get a new one sent, and normally the new one shows up, it's fine, we mention, hey, stuff happens. It's very rare that we get two of the same computer that show up and have the same problem.
I mean, this would like make you lose faith in a company that if you, I don't know who likes Golfolk, but if you did, you probably would never buy from them again. And yeah, this is pretty bad. It sucks because we'd like to benchmark something, but it's just there's not parts in here that are worth saving, really.
No, because the RAM, obviously, I mean, we did the RAM swap. We tried different RAM, didn't help. We can't swap the CPU because it's soldered. The SSD wouldn't be causing that issue logically. It has to be the motherboard. Like, it has to be the motherboard.
Yeah.
And if it's happening twice, at the end of the day, if you're an end consumer buying this on Temu, you're getting a dud more likely than not. The odds of you getting a dud just keep going up and up because we ordered two and the unthinkable happened. So
these must have been built by the same tech.
You know what? I guess this is the end of the video. I mean, I think we got a lot out of this whole experience, and this is probably the most embarrassing PC we have ever purchased here on the channel 2 times. Let's do some sort of outro, I guess.
So normally we'd have, you know, like a PC in the middle in between us on, and we'd talk about how it did. But today we have 2 non-working PCs that Matt and I are both holding here in different varieties too. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, these were basically 2 different builds, I mean, color-wise, and they were from the same seller. They were days apart too, like almost, what, a week or 2 apart? So it's not like, in theory, they should have had some time to fix this issue. I'm just wondering if these PCs even work before they shipped them out or what their process of shipping is.
I have no idea. I'm at a loss for words, I'll be honest. Obviously, I'll go through customer support with them and be like, hey, here you go. This is what happened. Again, can you explain what happened? See what they want to say and try to include this in this video. But all in all, this is definitely one that goes without saying. Don't buy this PC. I wouldn't recommend it at all. It's going to show up dead, and either way, based on the value, it didn't look like it was going to be amazing anyway. But Temu dropped the bag on this one, specifically this Temu seller, and I want to hear from you guys. Have you bought a PC on Temu, and have you had a similar experience? This is normally where I would direct you to the description, but just comment down below. Let's get some comments talking about this on what possibly could have went wrong.
But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now, if you want to buy a working gaming PC, check out PCBros.tech, and if it happens to show up not working, we got some of the best customer support.
We'll help you out. It happens with PC sometimes, but we got you guys covered. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.